Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. We are on day 2 of foundation week and I forgot yet again to do an intro, so here I am. Just letting you know, if this is your first day of my foundation week, then I am reviewing foundations that either have alcohol and or fragrance or a combination of both. And because of that, I don't plan on buying the full size, but they have been requested reviews, so I wanted to get them out for y'all. And today we are going to be talking about the new Becca Skin Loves foundation. So if you would like to see how that works for me and my skin, then just keep on watching. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about the new Becca Skin Love Weightless Blur Foundation. Now, of course, I only have a little sample, but I will insert a picture, and I'm sure there was one in the thumbnail as well. This foundation comes in a squeeze tube with a pump, very similar to the IT Cosmetics CC creams. And I got the color Noisette, which is described on the site as a warm medium beige. Hold up, with a pink undertone? No, I don't see any pink in this. Okay, it has 24 shades. It is 1.23 ounces, so you're getting about a 1/4 ounce more than you do in typical foundations, and it's $44. So I'm going to talk while I apply. The reason that I don't plan on getting this full size is kind of twofold. When I first saw it come out, I looked at the ingredients, which I try to do best I can. Let me show you real quick. That is Noisette. I'm going to do half with a brush and half with a beauty blender. So I looked at the ingredients and it had fragrance in it. Did not have alcohol, which was a plus, but it did have fragrance, which I've said before. I dislike fragrance more than alcohol. So I knew that I wasn't going to get it. And then my friend Brianna Stanko made a video about, you know, checking your ingredients. And my self-tan has really messed with me down here, so don't pay attention to that. In foundations, and you know how this claims to be, it's like a Skin Love, so I'll read you the claims in a second. But it claims to, you know, have this like proprietary complex in it that over time will help hydrate the skin and make it look younger and all this great stuff. But as she pointed out, like all those ingredients aren't until like the very end. And I think she mentioned that the first 7 ingredients, I'm going to link her video down below so you can go watch it if you haven't. The first 7 ingredients of a product are the ones that are going to be of the highest quantity within that product. And none of the skin loving ingredients that they talked about were in the first 7 ingredients. So now neither was fragrance, so it's obviously not in the high quantity, but it's still, I'm like, you're trying to sell me something, market it to be skin loving, when really it's just a lot of dimethicone and water. And then at the very end, you've got some extracts in there. Let me show you up close. I'm going to show you this side versus this side, and then I'll go into the claims real quick. So this side has the product on it. It is very smoothing. It is a very natural look. It was easy to blend out, and I don't find that it is caking anywhere or settling anywhere. So then this, got something, brush hair for my eyeshadow brush. This side has no product on it. So we're going to use a beauty blender on this side, but you can see my normal redness. If you're new, I do have redness that kind of stripes down my cheeks. So coverage, not coverage, natural skin-like finish, which is my favorite. Let me real quick read the claims and then we'll try the beauty blender on this side. So it says it's a blur foundation. So again, obviously it's meant to blur pores and fine lines. Long-lasting, self-setting, we're going to see if I think about that, foundation that provides medium buildable coverage that feels weightless and looks natural. Imperfections and pores are instantly camouflaged thanks to a light as air blurring complex that keeps skin looking fresh, smooth, and shine-free. Infused with flexible, breathable pigments that adapt and adhere to become one with the skin for custom second skin finish. Formulated with skin's health in mind, vitamin C boosts radiance, ginger soothes, and a skin-quenching blend of cold-pressed avocado and melon extract maintains skin natural moisture levels for all-day comfortable wear. Okay? That was from the Ulta website. Now, if I go to the Sephora website, it again says it's medium coverage, natural finish, but it says, again, just like I feel like every other foundation, says that it's for sensitive, normal, dry, combination, and oily. I feel like foundations are scared to just say, really, we're suited best for dry skin, really, we're suited best for oily skin, because they're scared they're going to lose sales. And I just don't think, I mean, a foundation may work for every skin tone, but I think it's going to be suited best for a certain one. So we'll see throughout the day which one I think. So it says it has a Glow Nectar Brightening Complex blend of powerful actives and natural ingredients that help brighten, hydrate, and soothe the skin over time to support your natural glow. So when you go to the ingredients, so the skin oils and extracts and everything they're talking about, let me see if I can get this to start right where my finger is. Everything above that is plain foundation ingredients. So we're pretty low on the list when you've got avocado oil, melon fruit extract, and I mean, that's pretty much it. Those are the only two things that I could even think would be in their glow complex. Zengiger, Zerambet extract, whatever that is. Those are the only extracts, and they're pretty far down on the list. So I'm not buying the whole Skin Loves thing, but let's get back to the actual application and see what it does. I very rarely will rely on my foundation for skincare benefits anyways. I spend way too much on my actual skincare to worry about my color products having any benefits to them. So this feels, and this is the thing. So a friend of mine works at Sephora, and she's the one that got all these samples for me very patiently and lovingly. Thank you, Erica. And when I said that I wanted to get, you know, a sample of this, of course, she's tried all these as they come in. And I said, what do you think of it? And she said, it's a lot like the It Cosmetics CC cream. And she's like, if you've tried that, it's going to be very similar. So with that in mind, we're going to see if it's like that. Okay, I'm going to get my neck, don't worry. So this is the Beauty Blender side. I think it's more light to medium. It does say it's buildable, so let's see if we can build up on that. I do feel like I have used for my face probably equivalent to 2 pumps so far. Okay, so I was able to build that up. As far as differences, there's not too much difference between the sides other than I felt like I had to use less product on the brush side than I did the Beauty Blender side, which is pretty par for the course with most foundations. So this is the foundation on. I don't know that it blurred my pores with this supposed blur technology that it says it has. Let me get right up by the... But we'll see if it helps once all the other product is on the face. So I'm going to go finish up my makeup and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finished my face. I will say that when it's not coming off as much on camera as it did in front of my mirror, but I do think this pulls a little pink and it did oxidize a bit on me. So keep that in mind. I don't think once I've got everything else on that it really makes a difference or even shows up, but it's something to keep in mind. I don't find this to be self-setting. Before I went in with my powder, I lightly touched my face and it was way too tacky for me to ever feel comfortable going out without setting it. Even though I don't have extremely oily skin, I will be outside today and it's hot and humid. And if you have oily skin, because this does say it's suited for oily skin as well, I would definitely not go with the self-setting thing. I would definitely set it. Very quickly, I'm not going to stay too long, but I do want to show that it is already starting to gather just a little bit in my smile lines, and I've had it on for all of 20 minutes. I feel like I'm still trying to buff. I feel like some of my products didn't go on over it as well. And I don't think my pores look any different right now than they do with most other foundations. I do think I went down a little too far with my highlight on this side, so just try to knock that down. But other than that, it is what it is. This is what it looks like. So it is currently 10 o'clock in the morning. I have a fairly full day. Like I said, we're going to be outside. My girls have riding lessons, so we'll be out, not only outside, but in a barn outside where there's like not much pass-through air. So that'll be a good test to its longevity. and just got lots of other stuff to do. So it'll be a while before I check in, but I will do one final check-in and give you my final thoughts on the foundation in just a sec. Okay, we are back at the very end of the day. It is now, what time is it? 9 o'clock. So I've had this foundation on for 11 hours, which is about as good as you're gonna get because I am tired. I just about fell asleep putting my girls to sleep. So I'm gonna take one last look in the mirror before I do a close-up. All right, we got a lot to see. Hopefully this is not too dark. So I'm gonna start over here. If you can see, there is a line right here where the makeup is coming off. So it's got like a little bit of a line right there. I've not touched up all day. So my nose is the typical shininess that my nose gets on the side. My laugh lines, so you can see the laugh lines and then almost like a line on each one where the foundation's basically not there anymore. It's rubbed off a little bit on my chin, not as much as the Dior Face and Body did on my chin. As far as my pores, I think it's probably medium as to what some of my foundations look worse and some of them look better throughout the day. So I feel like at the end of the day, it's not as cakey as it could be. And then my forehead does have some patches up here. Again, not as bad as the Dior Face and Body, but keep in mind I also did not work out today. So a lot of times when I work out, I sweat the most from my hairline. So that could have something to do with it. On this side, it doesn't look like it's come off as much, and it has worn off considerably. Let's see. On my neck. See that there's a big area there where it's no longer applied. So I think the longevity on this is not where I prefer my foundations to be. If you live in like a very dry climate, or if it's the winter and you're going to be more in like an office setting and you're only going to wear it for 8 hours, I think it would be fine. But for someone like me who puts my foundation on in the morning and wants it to last for 12 hours minimum, it's not my favorite in the longevity department. As far as everything else and how it wore, or not necessarily how it wore, but like the finish of it and how it felt on my skin and what I felt like it resembled throughout the day, I think it was in fact very similar to the IT Cosmetics range of foundation products. Now, I don't like the original CC cream. I much prefer the matte, but I think this Becca foundation is most comparable to the Bye Bye Foundation Full Coverage Moisturizer, which is actually my favorite one out of the line. The only thing is I like this one much better because A, it doesn't have fragrance, and B, it lasts a lot longer. When at the end of the 11-hour day, I don't have these issues of it like patching off on my face. And I can't even imagine what it would have looked like if I would have worked out. I feel like the other 2 days that I tried this, I didn't work out on those days either. So I am not going to try any, this sample is going to be thrown away, honestly. I'm not going to wear it again. So my final thoughts are that it's not my favorite because it doesn't last. I mean, it looks fine between those hours, but like I said, I need something that's going to last, and longevity is one of the very top priorities for me in a foundation. So I'm not someone who is okay with something only lasting for 4 to 6 hours, because if I'm going to wear makeup, it's going to be for longer than that. So as far as like skin types, I can't imagine, because it broke up on me so easily, that doesn't have oily skin. I can't imagine that it would fare well on oily skin, honestly. I think if you have normal to dry skin, you're going to get a better wear time out of it, and you're going to appreciate the finish more because it is more of a natural finish, which again is my favorite. So I can say that I do like the finish, but I can't get past the wearing off. So it's not my favorite. Don't believe in all the skincare benefits that it has, and it has fragrance. So I'm glad I reviewed it for y'all, but it's one I am not sad about not buying the full size. So if you've tried this and you've had a different experience with it, which I am positive that there are hundreds of people, hundreds of thousands of people out there that have a different experience than me, let us know down in the comments, because other people may still be interested in trying this and wants to know other thoughts. So that's it. That's in the roundup. I gotta have to give this one a thumbs down, unfortunately, which is so sad because the Becca Aqua Luminous is one of my favorite foundations, but this one just didn't work out. So that is my foundation review for the Becca, I don't even have the full size here, Skin Loves foundation. You know which one it is by the title of this video. So hopefully you found this helpful, at the very least entertaining. Be sure to subscribe and like if you did like it so you don't miss out on any future content, especially my next video, which will be tomorrow when I am reviewing yet another foundation for you in this foundation week. So as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I hope you all go out and have a very blessed day.